But the big change happens overnight tonight. That's when the northern end of that big severe weather system pushes up into our area. We get some soaking rain, some wind out of this.
I'm standing here this morning with Christy Stacy from the Austin YMCA, and Christy's going to tell us how we can get good-looking abs here for this summer.
This is considered minor flooding, so you can only imagine what moderate and major flooding can do. Yeah, we still have a little bit of a grip onto it, but we're losing it finger by finger. It looks like the rain tonight.
TRX was created by Navy SEALs. By the end of the workout, that made sense.
Oh my God. Getting the sound.
This was one assignment that our boss wouldn't let Brian and I do.
Yeah.
He said he doesn't want to see us belly dancing.
Might be a little awkward.
It's all on you now.
Around 300 kids participated. In all, they tracked down 2,000 eggs.
And if it would have rained yesterday, I probably would have had some of those eggs tossed at me. But luckily, we held the rain off yesterday. We'll hold it off again here for today. It looks like the rain builds in tonight. So all the way through 10 o'clock this evening, notice we're pretty much dry. The rainfall potential non-existent. But after midnight, that's when the rain really starts to kick into gear. You can see by early tomorrow morning, we're dealing with rainfall amounts anywhere between a tenth to a quarter of an inch in southern Minnesota, nearly 6/10 of an inch down in Iowa. That rain really gets ramped up tomorrow morning. I think that's when the wet and windy weather will make its hit the hardest. And then tomorrow afternoon, we'll still have some periods of rain, but it will begin to start to wind down by tomorrow evening. And then by tomorrow night, it's basically done with. Now, for the month so far, we've had about a little over 2.5 inches of rain. Now, last year at this time, remember how beautiful April was? We only had about 1 1/10 inches. So we've been considerably wetter and cloudier this April. Normal high, 59. We're shooting for 61 this afternoon. We're already into the sunshine in the downtown area. That sun was up at 6:11 this morning. It will continue through the lunch hour today in full force, but then the clouds really start to build here from lunchtime through 5 o'clock this evening, and then we really turn wet overnight tonight. But at least we squeeze in a nice dry Monday. Low to mid-30s with the temperatures from Rochester, let's say Grand Meadow over to Albert Lee, Blooming Prairie, Byron over to Rochester this morning. Pretty quiet at the moment. Satellite and radar, another very active day setting up here across Arkansas, Louisiana, eastern Oklahoma, northeastern Texas. Another tornado outbreak today, tomorrow in southern Arkansas, and then towards the southeastern states on the day Wednesday, and eventually to the coastline on Thursday. So this is just going to be another terrible finish to the month of April with severe weather. Luckily, that's all down to our south. Clouds increasing here this morning. They're thin enough that the sunshine is peeking on through here, and that sunshine shouldn't be an issue through this morning. I think it's pretty nice outside. The building clouds really start to take place later on this afternoon, this evening. There's the rain on Futurecast coming in here during the overnight hours where you see the yellows and the oranges. We certainly have the possibility of some heavier pockets of rain, and it's really the wind that kind of adds into this system here for tonight, tomorrow, that really makes it kind of a separate ordeal from just a rainstorm, because the wind just sideswipes you with temperatures in the 40s. Just a nasty day tomorrow at 46 for the high. 60 for today, though. That sunshine will be most prevalent this morning, then building clouds this afternoon. You'll see that milky appearance to the sky later on today in Austin and Rochester, but you still can squeeze in, let's say, a round of golf, or you can do whatever you need to do here for today if you have the day off. And if you're going to work, well, you just can look at it through the window. 61 degrees in Austin today, 61 Rochester, 60 in Preston. Sunshine giving way to building clouds. Tonight, that's when the weather slides downhill pretty dramatically. Temperatures in the lower 40s. At least this time around, we're not looking at snow. Remember, last week we were dealing with school dismissals during this whole thing. So even though you may see a wet snowflake early Wednesday morning, it's out of here pretty quickly. It doesn't accumulate at 48, 59 on Thursday, and just a completely seems like different world on Friday. It's 67 degrees, sunshine, a few late day clouds. It looks like showers and storms possible Saturday into Sunday, but everybody that will be watching the royal wedding, open up your windows, let some fresh air in, take a break during the commercials, and come back on in here and have a good time.
And hope
5:46, thank you for waking up with us here on this Wednesday morning. Hopefully you set your alarm clock a little bit earlier so you can prepare for what's out there. And this is the latest look outside. The Austin Tower cam showing moderate snow falling. That will be the case at 9 o'clock this morning. Tapers off to some snow showers here this afternoon. Temperatures in the mid-30s here later on today. So where the visibilities are lowest, where you see the lowest numbers, that's where the snow is the greatest. So Rochester, Austin, Albert Lee, Mason City, anywhere in that 1 to 2 mile range, light to moderate snow falling, 2 miles in Charles City, a little lighter there. Radar scope at 2:45 this morning. You can see the snow that moved on in here and still continuing at 5:46 here this morning. That light snow will continue throughout the duration of the day, but the heaviest of that light snow will be here this morning. Temperature standing right around 30 to 32 right now. So it's a bigger storm, and we're in the northwest fringe of it. And so the snow is actually a little bit heavier across Wisconsin. We missed out on the real heavy snow from this, but we did see a good 2-3 inches of snow out there at the moment, and I could expect another 1 to 2 inches of snow out of the storm system before it's all said and done later on today. So 34 degrees here today. The snow will start to taper off here during the midday hours, and then it looks like just snow showers and flurries here through the rest of the day. Breaking back out into the sunshine. A really nice Thursday coming your way at 33 degrees. Then another storm system on Friday. Now Friday's storm comes late in the day and more likely Friday night. That will play a part in part of your weekend forecast. I'll have that and also your latest road conditions coming up here in 10 minutes. Well, this week for Get Fit on 6, I wanted to find out some new ways to work on your abs besides those annoying sit-ups and crunches that really strain your neck. Trust me, this new workout will not bore you.
I'm standing here this morning with Christy Stacy from the Austin YMCA, and Christy's going to tell us how we can get good-looking abs here for this summer.
So what we're going to do is take your medicine ball, you're going to put your feet about shoulder width apart.
Okay.
Take your medicine ball out front. We're just going to do rotation. You're going to pivot on your foot.
Okay.
And then the other direction. This is called a wood chop. So you're really extending and reaching, you have a slight arch to your lower back. Take your forearms, rest it on the ball, and then curl your toes in and come into your plank and hold it.
Kind of like this?
Yep.
And then the stability aspect, obviously, is part of the workout here.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you want to make it a little more challenging, you would just rock it front, back, front, back. The next one we do is a reverse curl. So what you do is bring your legs up, bring the ball between your knees.
Okay. Oh.
Squeeze it nice and tight. Arms down along your side. Just a reverse curl. So we do a push-up.
Right.
And then we move the ball to the other hand.
Wow. Okay.
Push-up. Up, 2, 3, 4, and down, 2.
And it's very important to kind of breathe through this too. I felt myself not breathing, but...
And that does happen a lot. As an instructor, you're reminding people to breathe. But you want to keep your knees bent slightly.
Okay.
And then we're both going to go down.
So we're both go down.
Go down. Come up. And pass it off to me. We both go down. Come up. Pass it off. Well, the old members will say, you know, it never gets easy because we do mix it up with the equipment that we do use.
Right. Should you be sweating by the end of the workout?
Most people usually are moaning and groaning.
Oh boy.
And so I know I've done my job then.
Christy also tells me that you do not need to do an ab workout every single day of the week. About 2 or 3 times a week, 15 to 20 minutes of an ab workout. How many of us really do that?